Hey, have you ever had a buyer out there in today's market that you just can't find them a home? They have been putting offers in on multiple properties and they just can't get anything put together. And you don't know where to find them houses because there's just not enough inventory out there. Today's training is for you. Today, we are going to talk about how you can create a buyer listing ad using command campaigns. Then we're going to show you how you can go about ordering Elevate Leverage services to manage this process for you. Of course, if you can do it on your own, that is exactly what we're hoping for here. And if you struggle with getting your command ads up and going, we have a service that is there for you. So we are going to hop right into this here to show you how you can create a buyer listing ad. All right, so we are logged into Command on our home screen here. And what we are going to do is we are going to go first to create a landing page for this, for where we're going to direct people to. So on this landing page, what we are going to do is we are going to tell the story as best as we can without any violating any fair housing standards to tell the story about our buyers and get hopefully to get sellers off of the fence. And this technique is really, the goal with this is to create a win-win-win kind of scenario. The first win is you may actually find a house for your buyers and you were able to sell them the house that someone says they are interested in selling. The second win is, if maybe this is more likely than not, is this house is not going to be an exact fit for your buyers. You could still earn the opportunity to list that house if they've raised their hand that they would considering selling, and this isn't a fit for them. Maybe you're able to convince them that now is a great time to put their property on the market. And then the third win is, even if you don't get any listings and you don't get the opportunity to sell that house to the buyer, your third win is you are going to have a client for life. Just think of how amazed that your clients are going to be that you are actually proactively prospecting for them and looking for houses for them, not just waiting for stuff to come on the market. So you are going to start in design, in consumer. On your tabs at the bottom, the last one on there is consumers. You are going to create a new page, and then this is going to be as a landing page. You're going to create page. Now, the first thing I always recommend doing is going up here and name the page. And hit enter there. I'll get you off that. And then I always like to pull in a branded header to start things off. And then what we have done is we have gone and created an image for our buyer of what the house that they're looking for. It's not an image of the buyer, but I have created an image, and I'm going to pull that image in here. So if you want to, you have all these widgets that you can pull in information about the listings and lead forms and all that kind of stuff. We're not going to mess around with those right now. We're first going to add a couple of content blocks. The first one we're going to add is an image. So you go ahead and you drag that in, same as way you would with a widget, and then you're going to upload the photo. So I have gone and created a, I believe it's called buyer listing. And you can see that pulled in this image here. And we'll go ahead and select that of it. So I made this image. You can make this in Canva or any other photo editing app. So this is just an immediate buyer need, and this will be the same image we'll use in the ad. 4 bedrooms, 2+ baths, looking in Ogden, up to $400,000. Does this sound like your home? So as you can see, this photo is huge when it comes in, but if you need to resize that, you can go up here and you can start dragging that image in. Of course, that compresses it. So a better way to do that is if you go up to this little I guess the paintbrush looking thing over here. And then you choose type dimension. You can change the width and the height of that image. So let's go down to 512 and 512. Makes that a much better square. You could also go down to 256. It was a square image, so we want to keep it a square image in there. So that's how you can easily resize an image in there that you pull in. It's a very underutilized tool that are on landing pages. So let's go back up to the 512. I like that a little better. So there you have your immediate buyer need photo in there. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to these 4 squares, content blocks, and we are going to pull in some text. And we're going to drag that below the photo there. And then we're going to put some text in there. So I have created something. We're going to tell the story about Deb and Rick. So I've created a little document here. I'm going to go ahead and copy that and bring that text in here with that copy and paste functionality. So now we're telling the story in here. Again, you can change this font size. 2 is a little small in my opinion, especially when you see it on the actual page. We're going to go to a 5 here with this. And again, we're telling the story about Deb and Rick without using too much any kind of fair housing violations in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and select all of this and choose the font. I like Roboto. It is kind of the one that Keller Williams uses for all their websites. So it does keep it in that kind of theme. Change it back to the 5 there. And again, get the spacing out how you want it all set up. And then we are, after you have that in there, we're going to go back into the widgets there and we're going to drag in that lead form, because what we're telling them to do is, hey, meet Deb and Rick. Deb and Rick are relocating from to Wilmington from California. You know, if you've given any thoughts of selling your house, complete the form below and we'll reach out to see if you're a fit for Deb and Rick. I'm gonna go back in here and clean this text up a little bit. I don't love the spacing that came in there. And then I'm gonna select it all. Go back in here and copy and paste that back in there. There we go. That's what we want to see there. And then it sounds like you're home. Give any thoughts selling, fill out the form below. And then we are going to configure widget. We're going to go to change that text. Do something, another call to action. Go ahead and hit save and apply. You'll see that that will change your text there. And now you have created a landing page. We're going to go ahead and publish page. This is going to make it visible. You also have the option to go ahead and change that URL to the back end there. And let's call this Deb and Rick. And go ahead and hit create. Oh, I already have that there. So we'll go Deb and Rick 2. And so it does have a little better of a back end there to the web address. So if you want to see what it looks like, you go ahead and hit the link there. You'll see the active link. This is what it will look like on the, this is actually what it looks like. So I'll go ahead and copy this URL because we're now going to use that in creating the ad. So once you have the landing page created, you are going to go back into Command and you're going to go into campaigns. And you're going to create a new campaign, social ad paid. And we're going to call this one Deb and Rick buyer listing ad. And this is going to be just, call it attract listings if you want to. And then, or you could use other, but we're going to focus simply on Facebook for this. And we're going to set up campaign. It's going to pull in your KW image there. We're not adding a listing specifically to it, so you don't have to do that. But as you can see, it did pull in some copy for you. We are going to override that copy. You see this here. You got some suggestions there. We're going to override this. We're just going to start putting our description, headline, and main copy together. And we're going to put something together like, hey, we have a ready, willing, and able buyer. We get creative with the content on there. Go ahead and hit save, add text. Next thing we're going to do is bring in the ad media. So again, this is where we have created that photo with those images. So I'm going to go ahead and hit add image, upload image, and I'm going to drag and drop that photo in that I had on the other page. So again, I'll drag that buyer listing in. Oh, right, it's too big, that's right. Buyer listing small. Go ahead and preview and crop image. We are going to use the square because that is the best for most placements, especially on any mobile feed. Go ahead and hit save image and save ad media. And then the Facebook ad itself, we're going to configure that. We are going to put it onto our page that we have selected. Very key step here is to make sure you are using use Facebook lead generation form, because what this will do is this will capture their information as soon as they hit the learn more button, even if they aren't a fit for that property, at least you've captured their information and can find out what might make them make a move. Now for follow-up destination, we are going to put in that we can choose the landing page here. So we have created sample buyer listing ad, debit 2, that's the one we did. So we just click on that and it pulls in that landing page. You'll see a green check mark there. It means it is validated that that link is good. Gonna go ahead and hit save custom settings. Since we are looking in a specific neighborhood, we are going to get this as tight as possible. Of course, I would love to go a lot tighter than that, and we can't do that right now. And then the final part of this is you're going to change your interest. This is where you can get some targeted interest in here. I have created a PDF copy of all of the interests that are available. There are currently, I want to say like 391. That was the last time I saw. But you might want to create those expert interests. Some ideas around who might be your most likely sellers are going to be people who are interested in home improvement or maybe refinancing. So I am going to choose refinancing as an option. And also, I want to say it's called home improvement in here. Home repair, that's the one I'm looking for. Home repair. And you can get creative around who you think the perfect avatar is for your most likely seller on there. So I'm going to hit save and selection. 3 to 5 is usually a good number on that. Go ahead and hit save Facebook ad. And And then the final part is you create your duration budget. I usually like to run them for at least 4 or 5 days. I don't like to go more than that. I don't go with the 10 recommended. That's just my personal preference. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to 4 days, and we'll move down to $25. And then you hit save duration budget and publish campaign. So that is the process for creating a buyer listing ad. If this sounds like something that you would love to do and are just too busy to get everything out there for you, Elevate Leverage Services does have this service that we can do all of this stuff for you. So you can go to our website at peoplesystemstools.com. Go ahead and click on Order Now. Under Digital Services, you will see a product called Buyer Listing Ad, and that is the product that you can use for that. So that is a total of $55 for us to create and run that ad. It includes the custom link page with the content, as well as the creation of the Facebook ad. It does require you to tell us your story about your buyers and what they are looking for. And then please note that this product does not include your ad spend. So when you submit the order form, it will ask you how much you want to spend on this ad. We are seeing some changes in the Facebook leads. We're monitoring those to see if it just requires a little bit of ad spend, or if some of the security updates that some of the channels that Facebook ads were going to have been changed. So love to help guide you through this process. We think this can be a great product for you to get some additional listing opportunities in your pipeline, and at the very least, wow your current clients and go out there and find a house for them. So I am Chris Cox with Elevate Leverage Services, and we are happy to help you out in any way that we can. Thanks for watching. Bye.